Timarandasya Gananjana Salakaya Chakshmantam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapatam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadanti Swam Padantikam Bandeham Shri Guru Shri Yata Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Pitam Tam Shijivam Sadvaitam Sadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishavitam Cha Hey Krishna Karana Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopikanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchan Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshware Rishabhana Sutadevi Pranamani Hari Priye Vanchakalpatrubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vivacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivasari Go Bhakta Vrinda. Everyone, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namastrastamanam Api Sachi Putramacha Surupam Rupam Dashagrajam Uru Paramatoram Gostavatam Radha Kundam Girivaram O Radhika Madhavayasham Prapto Yasha Pratita Kripaya Shri Guru Tanatosmi Gurave Gurachandraya Radhikaya Tadaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tan Bhaktaya Namo Namaha Bande Guram Misha Bhakta Misha Vitaratkam Tat Prakasham Tatat Shakti Krishna Chaitanya Samgakam and Bande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahudatu Gododa Puspavantu Chitra Sandhu Tamonadu and Apitam Chiram Charad Karonya Vatana Kalu Samapaitam Unatam Dwalam Rasam Shri Bhakti Shriyam Haripurata Sundara Duti Kadamba Sandipita Sarudai Kandas Paratu Vasachinandana Radha Krishna Pranayam Vikriti Ladini Shakti Asmid Ekatmana Vapi Buri Deham Vedam Gato to Chaitanyakyam Prakitam Adunan Dvayam Chakyam Aptam Radha Bhavduti Savolitam Naumi Krishna Sarupam Chaitanya Charanam Bhoja Makandalayo Vijay Yesham Prashadam Atraina Paramapyamo Bhavad Bande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Bande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Bhaktanugraha Kataram Hena Kanapi Santustam Bhaktatatena Shradaya Bande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Krishna Bhavamritam Hiya Asvadaya Asvadam Bhaktam Premi Diksham Sikshayat Pangam Lagyayate Selam Mukham Avata Akshrutam Takripatam Aham Bande Krishna Chaitanya Ishwaram Durgami Patimayan Dashas Kahala Paragatayamaho Swakripiyasti Dhanena Shantu Shantavalambanam Shri Rup Shri Sanatanam Bhatu Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopala Bhata Dasa Raghunath Echai Guru Karan Charana Vandana Yahwete Vigna Sabhistaparam. Please everyone repeat Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskricha Naram Cheva Narottama Devam Saraswati Vyasam Tato Dhammadayat Nasta Presha Bhadresha Nityam Bhagavatam Sevaya Bhagavate Tamaslaka Bhakti Bhavite Naistaki Idam Bhagavatam Parana Brahmasami Uttama Idam Bhagavatam Nama Parana Brahmasamitam Uttama Sloka Charitam Chakora Bhagavan Rishi Nishasa Lokasya Damnan Swasti Janamad. We're going to read Canto 11, Chapter 7, Text 42. So we'll do the Sanskrit. Please everyone repeat after me. Pativeshu Iha Diheshu Pravistas Tadgunashraya Gunaya Na Yujyate Yogi Gandhya Vayo Ivatmadrik Pativeshiha Deheshu Pravistata Gunashraya Gunena Yujite Yogi Gandhavaya Mivatmadrik. Translation. Although a self-realized soul may live in various material bodies while in this world experiencing their various qualities and functions, he is never entangled, just as the wind, which carries various aromas, does not actually mix with them. Please repeat. Although a self-realized soul may live in various material bodies while in this world experiencing their various qualities and functions, he is never entangled, just as the wind, which carries various aromas, does not actually mix with them. So, self-realized soul. What is a self-realized soul? A self-realized soul can be a man or a woman. It means someone who's Atmadrik, realized their Atma. The word Atma means soul or spirit. So we are not these material bodies. The material body is the covering. Just like the clothes you wear is the covering. If you're wearing a red sari, we don't say you're a red person. If you're wearing a white shirt, we don't say you're a white person. The clothes you wear are different. They're distinct from you or from the body inside, obviously. But people do identify with their clothes often. They very much identify with their clothes, but you're not the clothes you wear. In the same way, you're not your body. You know, you may be Indian, you may be Hindi or Tamil, but you're not this material body. You're the life force within the soul. So you're the life force within the body. This is very clearly described in Bhagavad Gita in chapter 2. Najayati mriyate vakadacham nayan bhutva bhavata vana bhuyaya ajo nityo shashvitam yam parana nahanyate hanimani sarire. For the soul there is neither birth nor death. No once having been does he ever cease to be. The soul is ajo, unborn. The body is born, but the soul is ajo, unborn. Shashvato, it's the oldest. The soul is the oldest. Nahanyate hanimani sarire. The soul is not slain when the body is slain. So this material body, everyone has a body. Either you have an animal body or you have a human body. All of you have human bodies. So the body that you have is subject to different changes. It's born, it grows for a while, it produces byproducts, it maintains, it dwindles, and it dies. These are the different changes your body undergo. You think about it. Your body is born, right? It's born. Then it grows, childhood, boyhood to youth. Then you maintain your body. And then byproducts, children. Then it dwindles. Dwindles means old age. It starts to run down. And then death. So the material body undergoes these changes, but the soul is not born, because the soul is eternal. The soul does not grow. The soul does not produce byproducts. The soul is the soul. The soul doesn't dwindle, and the soul definitely doesn't die. So a self-realized person, he lives in various bodies. A self-realized soul lives in a man's body or a woman's body. And living in that material body, they experience different qualities. Like if you live in a woman's body, then a woman's body has a certain effeminate nature. And if you live in a man's body is slightly different. If you happen to live in the body of a dog, what does a dog do most of the time? Bark. So you end up barking. So, although you are not this body, although you are the soul, you experience the different qualities of the body. If you have a body which is very lusty, then you're caught up, and sometimes you're forced to do things you don't really want to do. Your body is very lusty. Sometimes people become very angry. It's not you, the soul, it's your material body. Some people have passionate bodies. So, although a self-realized soul may live in various material bodies while in this world, and that self-realized soul may experience different qualities and functions, still he's never entangled. Yujjate yogina, yujjate yogi, he's not entangled. And the example given is the wind. Now the wind is neutral. The wind is neutral, but when the wind blows over a rose garden, then the wind carries the aroma of the roses, or the jasmine, or the lotus, and it smells very beautiful. Am I correct? And when that same wind blows over a rubbish dump, garbage bin, then that same wind picks up the aroma and it begins to stink. When the wind blows over stool, then it's a nasty smell. When it blows over rosebush or jasmine or gardenia, it smells very nice. But the wind is the wind. The wind is neither smelling good nor bad, but it picks up the aroma. Can you understand this example? So, in the same way, we are spirit soul. We're completely neutral like the wind. But sometimes living in a man's body, we think, oh, I'm a man. Living in a woman's body, we think, oh, I'm a woman. But actually we're neutral. We're neither male nor female. Like the wind is neutral. So, the wind is completely neutral, but it comes in contact with different substances, either perfume or foul smell. And then you think, oh, the wind is, or the air is bad. The air is not bad. So in the same way, we have different conceptions of life. A dog thinks, I'm a dog, therefore it barks. The birds think they're birds. Human beings think they're human beings. People in South Africa think, I'm a South African. I'm an Indian living in Durban. I'm a husband and I have a wife with 2 or 3 children. Or I'm a wife. We're neither wife, nor husband, nor father, nor mother, nor human. We are eternal spirit soul. Jiva Srupaya Krishnera Nityadas. We're the eternal servants of God. That is our real designation. Not this material designation. This material designation is I'm South African, I'm a man. This is false. Just like in a dream. You may dream that you're a prince, a princess. You're flying around. It's not true, it's just a dream. So this is also a dream we're having. And we think, I'm Indian, I'm a European, I'm a male, I'm a female. This is false, completely false. It's not true at all. We're eternal spirit soul. Mami Vamsa Jiva Loka Jiva Bhuta Shnatana. We are eternally part and parcel of God, and we are the soul. Temporarily we're living in South Africa. Temporarily you have a certain mother and a father. Temporarily you have a certain wife and a husband. But it's only a temporary thing. How long do your family members stay with you? How long? Not long. Then they die. So this idea that you are the husband, you are the wife, you are the son, you're the daughter, it's false. In this lifetime you're a woman. In your last lifetime you may have been a man. It can be like that. In this lifetime you have parents. And Hindu religion teaches that we respect our parents. But what about the parents you had in your last life? You've forgotten about them, is it not? Who remembers their parents from the past life? No one. But just because we can't remember them doesn't mean they don't exist. Scripture tells us we are eternal. We lived in a past life. And there's every chance you were all human beings in your last life. Not animals, human beings. Because in this life you're all pious. Therefore you've come to this Harikatha and you have some interest in religion. So you're pious. So that means in your past life there's every chance you were a human being. So you had a father and a mother. Well, what happened to them? You don't think about them. You don't pray to them. You don't remember them because you've forgotten. Then you may say, well, because I can't remember, therefore they didn't exist. That's false. You can't remember when you were young. You can't remember living in the womb of your mother. Who can remember living for 10 months in the womb of their mother? Even you ask a young baby, a young child, 5 years old. Only 5 years ago he was living in the womb of his mother. And you ask him, do you remember? What was it like? Was it comfortable? And what will he say? He can't remember anything. We can't even remember when we're 1 year old, 2 years old, 3 years old, or 4 years old. We have very bad memory. We can remember something maybe when we were 7 or 8, a little bit. 10 or 11. You can't even remember what you were doing last week. Let's be honest. What's the time now? 7:25. What were you doing last Friday at 7:26 p.m. exactly? What were you thinking? What was in your mind? What were you doing? I don't know. Can't remember. So just because you can't remember doesn't mean it doesn't exist. This is faulty logic. Some people say, I can't remember my past, therefore I don't believe in it. That's bogus. You can't remember when you were young. So if you don't believe that you were a young child, then you're a little insane. We were all young children and we've grown up. So just because you can't remember something doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So the fact is, Scripture, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, given to us by the Lord Himself, explain very clearly we are spiritual beings. Now you have to understand this, and this is important. It's not some theoretical thing. It's very practical. 2 weeks ago, one of our devotees was murdered in Pietermaritzburg. And the family, it was a great shock to that family. And they had to realize this spiritual knowledge. They had to put into practice what they had heard. You hear, oh, I'm not this body, my wife is not the body, she's eternal spirit soul. But when someone dies around you, then you have to put it into practice. And yesterday I went to visit some family in Umhlanga Rocks. And their daughter committed suicide, Indian girl committed suicide, hung herself in London. The body's being brought back tonight, and they're having the funeral tomorrow. Very wealthy, well-to-do family, very nice people. And the mother is completely beside herself with grief. The mother. She's on mental depressives. She's under the doctor's prescription. taking medicine because she can't handle it. The daughter committed suicide. She doesn't know the daughter is eternal. She has some little knowledge, but she has to put it into practice. Your daughter, your son, your father, your mother, they die. Actually, they're eternal. They don't die. It's the body which disintegrates. When the body disintegrates, is burnt. If you're Hindu, the body is burnt. Generally, the Christians bury their bodies. Whichever way, the body is taken away. The body is removed. It's taken away immediately. So spiritual knowledge is very practical, because people around you will die. Your own parents will die. Your father will die. Your mother will die. We are honoring the departure of Roy, who departed approximately 1 year ago. That came as a great shock to everyone. So quickly, he was only 40-something, and then he died. But he's eternal. He's the soul. He is still existing. You are eternal. And your loved ones, who also will die, they're also eternal. So we have to understand this. And Krishna consciousness is a science. It's not something wishy-washy. It's a science by which you can learn your spiritual nature, your spiritual existence. By chanting Hare Krishna, by chanting this mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare.
You can begin to realize your spiritual nature. It's amazing, but it really works. By simply chanting the name of God, you can begin to realize your spiritual nature. So this chanting of Krishna's name can be done by all of you. This family, Roy, his good wife, his parents, Sevakunj and Chanchalakshi, the entire family, they're very nice devotees. They've been chanting Krishna's name. Therefore, when this death took place, Krishna helped them, and they were able to absorb it. They were able to understand it without becoming too sentimental. People who do not have spiritual knowledge become sentimental. They fall to pieces. They can't continue. They can't carry on. Sometimes a family member dies, and we're so attached to that family member, we want to die ourselves. We ourselves want to commit suicide because one of our dearest and nearest also died. It's called mental pain. From attachment comes a lot of mental pain, anguish. Mental pain is worse than physical pain. Physical pain means aches and pains, arthritis. I think you all know what I'm talking about. Everyone suffers from, physical pain. But what about mental pain? That's worse. Mental pain is worse. It lingers for many, many years. It causes you depression, causes you anxiety. And it happens to everyone. People get into anxiety because this life we're living is very stressful. Would you agree this life we're living is very stressful? Every day you read the front page of the newspaper. There's never anything good. It's not like, potatoes have reduced in price. The cost of living has come down. Everything goes up, isn't it? Everything goes up except your salary. The death rate goes up. 59 murders every day. The rape goes up. 149 rapes every single day. Everything goes up. More armed robberies. If there's any good news, it's rare. Some war started. Some famine. The rand has gone down. It's worth even less. We're going to expect increases in price hikes in our food. There's nothing auspicious. So-and-so died on the road. Tragic accident. The AIDS. They don't even tell you the truth. The AIDS statistics, if they told you the truth, there would be a riot. I was speaking with one of my doctor friends the other day, and one of my doctor friends said he emphatically believes that the AIDS rate is at least 45% in Natal. He said, but they'll never write that down. You'll never hear it because it's bad for tourism. and it will start a riot. It's like in India. In India, whenever there's an accident, like there was a train accident, the Rajdhani Express a few weeks ago, when there's a problem with Pakistan, or in Gujarat, there's sometimes riots between Muslims and the Hindus, and when people are killed, they never write down the real figure, because they're afraid of riots. They always put down a lower number. In other countries, like September the 11th, when the Twin Towers collapsed, they put down the exact figure. They're not afraid. In America and Europe, they put down the exact figures. But in India, they're afraid to put down the real figures in case there's a riot, because they have riots so easily, And the same in South Africa also. We don't really know what is a real crime rate. It's so bad. So life is very stressful. People get stressed out. And this creates anxiety, mental anxiety, which comes in the form of depression. You go into depression. Like yesterday night, I went to this, I mentioned this very nice lady and husband, and their daughter, 23 years old, committed suicide. They brought the young girl up for 23 years old. They brought her up for 23 years. The mother breastfed her, brought her up. They got her married to a doctor. Off she goes to England. She goes into complete depression in England, and she hangs herself. Now you imagine what that does to the parents. They blame themselves. They're not at fault, but they blame themselves. So material life is very painful. It's not nice. And people around you will also die. Maybe they won't commit suicide. Like Roy, 1 year ago, he very quickly left his body. It was a very quick thing. And people also will die naturally from old age. What to speak of, being murdered and being raped and hijacked. Dying is 100%. In the history of humanity, everyone has died. There is no one who's escaped. There is no one who has escaped death. Doesn't matter. You're very powerful. You may be a big deal. Everyone succumbs to death. So what is death? The body collapsing due to old age or malfunction. The heart doesn't work or something. But the soul, the life force, continues. The life force is situated in the area of the heart. The soul is floating on different life airs. And you cannot see the soul. Then you may say, well, I don't believe in the soul. Seeing is believing. Bogus. That's a bunch of nonsense. Because you can't see the mind. Can you show me your mind? Who can show me the color, the size, the weight, the shape of your mind? Does the mind have a shape, a color? Does it weigh so many grams? It's abstract. But if I told you, I can't see your mind, therefore you're mindless, that's an insult. I can't see your intelligence, therefore you have no intelligence. That's an insult. So the soul is more subtle than the mind. The soul is more subtle than the intelligence. First earth, water, fire, then air. Air you cannot see. It's everywhere. Without air, we can't breathe. But it's more subtle. And then ether is the space, vacuum. And then more subtle than that is mind. Mind is even more subtle. Then intelligence. And then comes the soul. So it's not such an easy thing to understand the nature of the soul. But Lord Krishna is teaching about the soul in Bhagavad Gita. And the Vedic culture, from the Vedic culture came Hinduism. Hinduism originates from the Vedic culture. So we're like very orthodox Hindus. We're going back to the original teaching of Bhagavad Gita as it is. Therefore, when I spoke this verse, first I speak the Sanskrit. I'm speaking the Sanskrit. In other words, I'm speaking the original text the Lord Krishna spoke 5,000 years ago. I'm not making anything up. Like Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, become my devotee. Give up all other types of worship. So where is that in Bhagavad Gita? Chapter 18, text 66. Savadamam parityajam mamekam sharanam braja aham tam savapapebhyo. Give up all other types of religion. Just surrender unto me. Masucha. Do not fear. I'll protect you. So in other words, what I'm saying is confirmed in scripture. So Hinduism comes from the Vedic scriptures. And as members of the Hare Krishna movement, we're going back to the original Vedic teaching. This is the original Vedic teaching. So it is recommended in the Vedas that there are different ceremonies you're supposed to perform. The first ceremony you perform is before conception. Before husband and wife conceive the child, there's a ceremony. They chant Krishna's name so many times, and then they try to conceive the child. And then another ceremony is when the mother is 4 months pregnant. Then another ceremony is when the child is born. Then another ceremony is hair cutting, name-giving ceremony, and giving of grains. After 6 months, the child is given grains. Then the next ceremony is initiation. Then the next ceremony is marriage. Then the next ceremony is death. And then after death also there's 1 year ceremony. So this is what we're doing now. We're gathering here today to honor the disappearance of Roy Chand, who was a very nice devotee. We're chanting Krishna's name. We're having Hari Katha, talking about Krishna. And in this way we're honoring this person. And in that way we're honoring him. This is traditional Vedic culture, that 1 year after the disappearance of a devotee, you gather together and you chant Krishna's name and have Hari Katha. And then very nice prasadam is given out. This is our culture. This is the Vedic culture. Nice prasadam is cooked, offered to Krishna, given to everyone. It's called a Tirubhav. Tirubhav ceremony. Tirubhav means disappearance. Disappearance ceremony. So this is completely according to the Vedic culture. So my humble request to all of you, I thank you for coming tonight and joining us together in this sacred occasion, commemorating the disappearance of Roy. My humble request is that you try this chanting so you will benefit. Chanting the name of God, you benefit. It is not that God needs you to chant his name. God, or Krishna, is not some egotistical person. But if we chant the name of God, we benefit. We become purified. So it is in our interest if we chant the name of God. So I humbly request you to try chanting Krishna's name. Just like Sevakunj, the father, the mother, Sarvalakshmi, the devotees, Roy Chand's wife, simply by chanting, one can purify oneself. And you don't have to live in the temple, just like we have many devotees in Isipingo, Lotus Park, Orient Park, Durban. Most of our devotees live in the congregation. They have their jobs, houses, etc. They're family people like you. So you try this chanting. So everyone please say after me, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama Rama,
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
It's very simple. Hare is the energy of the Lord. So we're approaching Radharani, Sita, Lakshmi. Sita, Lakshmi are expansions of Radharani. Then Krishna means all attractive. And Ra means the reservoir of all pleasure. So we're simply praying to the Lord, my dear Lord, please engage me in your service. Please make me your devotee. engage me in your devotional service. This is the English. The English meaning is, my dear Lord, my dear energy of the Lord, my dear Radharani, please engage me in your devotional service. We're serving so many other objects. We're serving our country. We have a job. We're serving our boss. We're serving our stomach. We're serving our senses. And we also serve our family. The husband, he serves his family by going out working and making money. The housewife or the mother, she serves the children by cooking for them, doing the washing. But these are all temporary objects. We're serving temporary objects. We want to serve an eternal object. The eternal personality of Godhead Krishna we want to serve. Then that service is to our credit. Because you serve your family, you serve your children, you serve your nation, you serve your community. Some people are community workers. But at the end, what's the use? Just like Mahatma Gandhi, he served his country. But one of his own countrymen shot him. Is it not? He served his country. He was a great servant of India, Bharat. But what happened? One of his own countrymen shot him. So this is the nature. Just like this one lady, I mentioned. She served her daughter, and the daughter ends up committing suicide. So how does the mother think? She feels so terrible. I served my child, I'm so attached, and now my child has committed suicide. And that child has put the mother into so much anxiety. So your own family members put you into anxiety many times. Your own family members can take you to court. Is it not? In America, if the father and the mother, if they even slap the child can take the parents to court. Now we have our child protection unit. That's how it is in America. In Cape Town, I knew one Indian man. His son took him to court and sued him for the house. The son, your own son, takes you to court. Many times brothers go to court, husband and wife. They fought in love and they marry each other. And everything's hunky-dory. And 5 years later they're in court cursing each other. Is it not? Cursing each other. You good for nothing. You fat loaf. They become worst enemies. Worst enemies. But first of all, they loved each other. Staring in each other's eyes, I love you. And then a couple of years later, I hate you. So this is the nature of material relationships. Material relationships, it's like the weather. You never know what to expect. Isn't it? You don't know whether it's going to be cold or warm, windy or rainy. It's like the weather. So in the Bhagavad Gita there's a nice verse. Matra spasastakantaya satushna sugadukada agama panyano nicham tam satikshasa bharata. That the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress is like the appearance and disappearance of the summer and winter seasons. They arise in sense perception. So just like summer, winter changes all the time. So one day you're happy, so-called happy, materially happy, families cooperating, you've got a job. The next day you're out of job, family squabbling, domestic problems. One day you're healthy, next day you're sick. One day you're rich, next day you're poor. It's like a merry-go-round. So material life is like that. It's like a merry-go-round. One time you're up, then you're down. And then you're halfway, and then you're up. So we want to go beyond material life and beyond the so-called pleasures of this material world to something called spiritual pleasure. Spiritual pleasure starts by chanting Krishna's name. It starts by engaging in devotional service. I was born in a European family, and I didn't know anything about spiritual life until 1973. And then I heard about Bhagavad Gita, about Krishna consciousness, and I joined. I joined this Hare Krishna movement in England in 1973, 30 years ago. I am not being paid. I get the garland now and again, a few flowers. But it's not like, I'm being paid a monthly wage. I don't get a monthly wage. I don't have any property in my name. I don't have a house or a car in my name. I've got a watch. I've got a pullover, some socks because it's cold. I don't have much. I don't want much. What I'm interested in is Krishna. That's one who has Krishna is wealthy. Any person who owns Krishna, who has devotion to Krishna, such a person is wealthy. And other people, they may be millionaires. Ray Ackerman, millionaires, billionaires. Oppenheimer, these are the two richest people. Or that's Shuttleworth. Those are the three richest people in South Africa. They don't have Krishna. Therefore, actually, they're bereft of any wealth. They're actually very poor people. Wealth means you have devotional service to Krishna. So I encourage you, please try to take this a bit more seriously, Krishna consciousness. Try chanting in the privacy of your home, in the garden, any time, any day you can do it. Early in the morning is the best time to chant, but you can actually chant any time of the day. Morning is very auspicious. Mongol means auspicious. So early in the morning, before the sun rises, but you can chant at night. But the idea is don't just pray to God when there's problems. That's second rate. Of course, that's better than nothing. There are many people that don't even worship God at all. There are many people who are suffering from cancer, dying, and they don't worship God at all. So at least if you worship God in distress, that's something. But we shouldn't just worship the Lord in distress. We should also worship the Lord on a daily basis. Not, on Navaratri, Ram Navami, 3 or 4 times a year. That's also not correct. It's supposed to be every day. Not even once a week on a Sunday like the Christians do. That's also not good enough. Second rate. Every day, why not? If you accept God, if you accept Krishna as being a very important person in your life, then you'll find time for him. But if you think he's not so important, then obviously worship of the Lord will not take preference. And you'll spend more time watching TV days of your life. You'll spend more time talking with the neighbors, mundane things, reading the newspaper, watching latest Hindi videos or something. But if you realize that Krishna, God, is an important person in your life, then you'll find time. You will make time. You make time for what is important. Do you forget to eat? Who forgets to eat? Do you forget to wash every day? Do you forget to sleep? No, these things are high up on our list. Eating, sleeping, washing, these are high up on our list. So you put spiritual life high up on the list also. You don't fit spiritual life in. First spiritual life, and you fit everything else into that. Do you understand the example? First comes the chanting of God's name. Then you fit your daily activities around that. But try not to go the opposite, to fit your spiritual life, into your material life, as if your material activities are more important. They're not. All your material activities will come to naught. If you have many noughts, what is that number? Still 0. But you put 1 in front of all the noughts, then what? Then it becomes a billion, a trillion, becomes a big number. So that 1 is placing God in your life. So in conclusion, this example I gave from Bhagavatam is the wind. We can feel the wind in this marquee. It's blowing gently. You can see the side of the marquee is moving. The wind is all pervading. Would you agree it's everywhere? The wind. So living entities are all pervading. They're everywhere. Wherever you go, there's living entities. Deep down in the sea, high up in the atmosphere, there's bacteria. There's living entities everywhere. So you're also a living entity. And just like the wind may blow over a rose garden, and it smells of roses. So, but the wind is the wind. It's neutral, but it picks up that smell. And then sometimes the wind blows over the garbage and it smells of stool. But the wind is the wind. It's neutral, but it picks up that smell. So you are eternal spirit soul. But you may be living in a man's body, and you may be living in a woman's body, but you're not a man. You're not a woman. You are eternal spirit soul. Jivasrupaya Krishnera Nitya Das. Nitya means eternal, Das means servant of Krishna. We are eternally the servants of God. So if you have this knowledge and you put it into practice by chanting Hare Krishna, when you have problems, and you will get problems, guaranteed. Someone dies in your family, some reversal, some impediment, some tragedy, you'll be able to handle it. If you have some spiritual knowledge, you'll be able to handle it. And the more involved you are in Krishna consciousness, the more you will handle it. And the further you are away from spiritual knowledge, Krishna consciousness, the more sentimental you become, the more you get washed away by the so-called problems of material life, the so-called happiness and distress. So Krishna consciousness is very practical, so please try to take it more seriously. We have our temple in Durban and Phoenix. Every Sunday afternoon we have programs. We have Namahata meetings in Lotus Park, in Isipingo Rail. Please speak with the devotees and you can come and join in. And in this way you can benefit. So thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Shri Nitai Gaura Hari ki jai, Shri Shri Radha Radhanatha ki jai, Gau Premanandi. Does anyone have any questions they'd like to ask? I can try to answer if you have a question. No questions? So please say after me, Shri Krishna, Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Gadadha, Shivasadi, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Let's try one more time, everyone. This is a very powerful mantra. Please, everyone. Shri Krishna, Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Gadadha, Shivasadi, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Now what? So who wants to sing? Shut up. Sing. Let me explain what is art. So we're going to have an arti ceremony now. And let me explain what arti means. Of course, a lot of you may have seen arti. Arti means to offer. So what are we offering? Incense, a lamp,